Hi everyone, welcome to this episode of Experience Beyond podcast. In this episode, we will invite thought leaders across the world to discuss customer experience and share their valuable insights and experiences. My name is Yash Sultania and I'm the co-founder and CEO of XEBO.ai, where we provide cutting-edge technologies to companies to manage their uh, experiences across different stakeholders. If I talk about the today's topic, it's pretty relevant, and I think everyone is talking about this in any forum, any board meetings, any water cooler discussions that are happening. Is how you're future-proofing your businesses throughout the CX innovation. And to discuss further on this topic, I have been joined today by Santa, and who is an award-winning global recognized customer experience specialist and founder of CX Expert Asia. Though Santa and I have been connected for, I don't know, more than 6, 7 years on LinkedIn, but we recently uh, got together on a call and got to know each other better. Uh, I will just share a few points before I will ask Santa to do an introduction about himself. So Santa comes with more than 2 decades of experience in helping organizations transform their customer journeys through innovative approaches. His consultancy company, CX Expert Asia, is one of the leading name in customer experience improvement and transformation, not only in Asia, but across the world now, especially after the COVID period. We have seen Santa across the globe. So Santa, welcome. Thank you for sparing your time and leave it the floor to you. Tell more about yourself to our audience today.
Hi everyone, my name is Santhakumaran. You can call me Santa, the founder of CX Expedition. I'm based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. So it's a small country in East Asia, but we make a lot of noise globally. So I'm in customer experience close to 25 years now after my graduation. So been working with many multinational corporations, government agencies in Southeast Asia mainly to innovate and also to future-proof the business. So we've been doing this 10 over years, future-proofing the business. Now is like the second cycle of future-proofing the business. Now is more challenging because AI is the talk of the town. So how to bring experience in the center of this AI technology. So I think we'll discuss about that today, Yash.
Sure, definitely will do that, Santa. And though, Santa, we don't know each other much, but I did some good research about yourself. So I will, you will be surprised in terms of how much we know about you now during this
Okay.
podcast. Yeah. And starting with one very interesting fact that I got to know about yourself, that about your interest in astrology.
Interesting.
So, if you can share more details about how did you develop this interest and how do you link it to CX and AI and everything that is going across across the world these days?
Okay. Interesting. End of the day, I mean, the entire customer experience talking about humanizing experience. So order to humanize experience, I did a lot of research everywhere, soul searching, spiritual, technical, so many areas, so many profiling, because I like to study about human behavior, character, why people behave in certain ways in certain times. Sometimes even companies, sometimes they're very good. 10 years, they gone bust and they're just out of the map, you see. Same goes to human also. So why this is happening? So that's why led me to a lot of research, and I've done a lot of other spiritual seeking causes. But astrology is where I found a lot of answers. Astrology gave me a lot of answers about human characteristics, their lives cycle, um, how they make decision in certain ages. I mean, people can be someone very introvert. Like me, I used to be someone very extrovert. Now introvert. In my classes, I'm very extrovert. So why my behavior changed? So I found a lot of answers from astrology. So now in my trainings, my classes, I relate a lot about this. Just by asking their names and their birthdays, simple things I would know. Like then how to work around with these people in organizations. That helps me a lot. So that's how I embarked in astrology.
Great, great. I think I would not call myself that I have too much interest in astrology, but it has always fascinated me. And one of the key point, I was speaking with one of my friend. They are into algorithm trading. So they used to create a lot of algorithm models for investing into stock market and for doing op tradings. So one of the model that he was talking to me, that the model that worked and that had the highest return was something that he created based on astrology.
Interesting.
So which share to invest, in which stock to invest. So I was very fascinated to hear this, and I wished I had more knowledge about this topic, but I had very limited knowledge around
But
this
is
one.
there, I mean, it works with the moon phases where actually if you notice for next 6 months during dark moon and full moon, cryptocurrency and share market, there will be a jerk. Either it's going up or going down during that period. I don't know why, but somehow the moon is placing an important factor in this.
I will definitely keep a note of that before I look at my investments during that period. So, Santa, coming back to our topic, before we talk about the future scoping and what's there in the next 5 years, you have been in this industry for more than 2 decades, and for the last 7, 8 years, especially focusing on the CX trainings across the globe, speaking with a lot of CXOs, customer experience team. What has changed over this period? How, in terms of focus, in terms of mentality around customer experience?
Okay, what has changed 10 years back globally, or I will talk about Asia, become very familiar with Asian geographical setting, where we were very process-centric organizations. We have Koreans, Japanese, we are very process-driven, KPI-driven, Six Sigma, and so on. But today, the same countries are talking about experience, customer experience. In Malaysia, almost financial institutions, they have their own customer experience department. Where 10 years back, when I started to talk about customer experience, like people can't differentiate between what is customer experience and what is customer service. So I did a lot of educational work. I mean, even now, still doing that educational work. But the market is more receptive. It's just that the challenge is people have short attention span. They talk about CX for a while, then after next 2 years, they talk about sustainability. And today, everybody talking about AI. But they all forget one thing, that anything and everything we do in terms of business context is always to delight your customers. It comes back to the customers. So the entire AI revolution is to create a better experience for customers. But people are missing that point. Customers are out of the equation, but people are so engrossed into the technology innovation. They all talk about technology, but I will always tell, put the customer in the center of your design and design your compliances and also your technology around it. Nothing will go wrong with your business.
Yeah, I completely agree with you that it's more the more focus in terms of the human mentality, human empathy in terms of customer experience. And from what I have seen as a change is that this is one of the best time to be a customer across the world, right? The kind of focus the companies, the organizations are giving in terms of uh, the experiences that people have with them. I have never seen that earlier. And it was generally what we have seen is that banking and telecom were the key sectors where they focus more on the customer experience. But now I am seeing that in all the sectors, whether it comes to healthcare. We never imagined that healthcare will be a sector that focused on uh, customer experience. But now patient experience, everyone is talking about it. It's one of the top list. Another sector that we have seen is in terms of public sector. Imagine government investing, having a separate CX team across different departments. Because we are
Right.
living in a very, I would call a global world. It's not, for example, like Malaysia is competing not only with uh, uh, the companies are competing, but the companies within different ecosystems, countries are also competing with each other because they want to attract the best talent, best sporting personalities, best investors into their market. Even the tourism is one of the key GDP contributors in a lot of the developing nations. So that is something that is phenomenal. I've seen that in Middle East. I'm seeing that in Southeast Asia as well. Hopefully, US will also see those changes, but I think they have still to catch up on those fronts. So, coming back to the next point, Santa, is that what does future proofing a business means in context of customer experience? And how can companies identify these CX innovations that they need to stay ahead? I know a lot of everyone is talking about AI, that they need AI, but can we figure out what they exactly need? Are the companies aware what they need with the help of AI right now? And how, if not, how can they quantify uh, what they need with the new advancement that are coming in the field of technology?
Okay, excellent. Very good question. No, normally in my experience, looking at my clients, they will be trying to solve yesterday's problem. Any business for that matter. The 11 months they'll be struggling to solve yesterday's problem, and the last 1 month, this month, they go for think tank session to strategize for next year. And January starts, they continue to solve yesterday's problem, firefighting, damage control, and that's how any organizations are moving forward and trying to stay afloat in the market. So what I will tell, I mean, you can't let go that you still have to solve yesterday's problem, your business problem and everything. But at the same time, while solving your problem, you have to future-proof your business, meaning how to make your business future ready and future relevant. So I will start with the generations, so many generations. Who will be your customers in 5 years' time? Go and analyze them, study them. So, like, let's say you're targeting the young group of working executive, they are the Gen Zs who are still in colleges. Go and study their profile, study their needs and wants, and create a platform, create a um, business environment which welcomes them on board as your customer. We can't run business the same way the last 50 years. For instance, credit card business is still the same conventional business the last 50 years. But the younger generation, I don't think they're interested with credit cards. They're more into e-wallet, everywhere e-wallet. If it's not in my phone, if your solution is not my phone, you're having a big problem in 5 years' time. So this is where I encourage my clients to continue to solve your problem and innovate for next 5 years. What is upcoming in 5 years? Because your entire ecosystem, your competitors, everybody is doing the same, where they are struggling to solve yesterday's problem. While doing the same, you innovate to prepare for the next 5 years. So this is where I encourage. And if your business is not relevant in 5 years, you better innovate to be relevant in 5 years' time, because we've seen a lot of businesses are going south because of innovation, technology taking over. Like, for instance, Salesforce is launching 1 billion agent AI into Force next year. So if you're not upkeeping with technology innovation, if you're not aware what's happening in the market, and you're so busy solving yesterday's problem, I think you'll have problem in 5 years' time. So that's what. So while doing this, understand what's technology revolution is happening. And yes, right now we are all talking about AI everywhere. But what will be the in thing in 5 years' time? What will be the next technology? And work toward be the market innovator, be the market leader, and let your competitors follow you. By the time they catch up with you in 5 years' time, you are ahead 5 years' time. So always be ahead of your competitors. Leverage on technology, because customers are becoming very smart, very intelligent, and Microsoft is talking about every individual in the world may have a personal assistant soon, who will grow with you together in your lifespan. And if you live long enough, your consciousness can live in AI world for the rest of your life, for the rest of the world. So these are the things that's happening in the market. So let's have that technology awareness. And in terms of technology, we are at very matured level, because if Elon Musk can send a rocket to Mars, bring it back and recycle the rocket, send it back to Mars, technologically anything can be done. We are already at the height of technology. So it's just matter of what experience you want to provide for your customers. Don't forget your customers. Don't get so engrossed with technology. What experience you want to provide for your customers, because your profit margin determines by your customer experience. Simple as that. Technologies are enablers. They are there to support you to innovate, to solve your customers' problem, to be your agent to get that productivity done much faster compared to if you have to go and search in your system. But leverage on the system, get an omni-channel, get AI agents on board, and also prepare your HR system to work alongside with robots and AIs. So future, maybe 5 years time, we'll see AI hiring manager. So we're going to hire AI and fire AI in the near future. So many things are happening, so many revolutions happening, and this is very early stage of that technology revolution. So don't miss the boat. Don't miss the boat. Busy solving your yesterday's problem. Just heads up, look ahead. What's coming next in next 5 years? Just focus on that.
Completely agree. And you talk about robots. I will give you a very example that I was very fascinated with. In my last trip to Singapore, I went to a South Indian restaurant in Little India, and a small restaurant with no franchisees. They had a robot to serve the dishes.
Correct.
It's not only with the large enterprises or large SMEs we are seeing that adoption of AI. We are seeing it across different sectors, across different sides of the companies. And with coming back to AI, from what I have seen, being to speaking to a lot of people, conferences and leading, it has gone through its all 5 stages. So earlier it started with grief, that people were worried about losing their job with AI. Then it started with fear that AI will take over everything. AI will become smart and it will be one of the we don't know what is the power of AI and how uh, how destructive or constructive it can be. But now we have seen in a stage that people have started uh, basically looking at AI at their end. They have started coming with the fact that AI is here to stay, and they've started implementing those use cases, no matter how small, big they are, into their business operations these days. And that is something that we at XEBO.ai also did. We were one of the initial adopters of AI, and we thought that if we have to move towards an AI based environment infrastructure at our end, we have to we change and transform our image. So image transformation for us started with our change in name. So we were known as Survey to Connect. We were renamed ourselves to XEBO.ai. XEBO stands for Experience Beyond. And anything that we are developing in-house that the product manager is coming up, in case they don't want to use AI, they have to come up with a use case of why AI is not applicable here. It is not that we want to blindly apply AI, but there has to be a solid use case around it.
Correct.
So, Santha, from your experience working with different entities, have you seen certain examples where companies have been able to pick up CX innovation and successfully implemented it ahead of the curve? Or not maybe ahead of the curve, but when they implemented, they did it right.
Yes. I mean, I'll just quote my clients where we started like 5 years back consulting, and I strongly encourage them go for an omni-channel system, omni-channel platform to consolidate. It is old government agency, 50 years old company. So I said, it's very hard for you to walk into the future with 3-4 platforms at the back, which can't talk to each other. Future is very challenging. So let's invest in a omni-channel system and bring your company ahead to that unicorn status. So then they restructured, they innovated, came up with a new system, everything. And today they have presence in China and also South Korea, full-fledged operation. They've been in Malaysia for 50 years, and they have presence in China and South Korea, providing service countries. So these are some of the success story when you focus on customer experience transformation. Customer experience transformation is not only about customers. I will call it's a business model innovation. This business model innovation, we innovate, we future-proof how to run the same business in the future. We have milestones, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, then you hit the mark, hit the mark. 5 years, your business will be ready with technology capabilities to serve that your future customers who are evolving together with the market, together with you, and everybody will have a seamless experience. I will use this to get identity card in Malaysia. It used to take 6 months, like 40 years back when I was still very young. Today, just half an hour. You go take picture, give your thumbprint, go for a coffee, you come back, collect your identity card, and you can leave the place. Even Malaysian passport, less than half an hour, which used to take 6 years. So they did a lot of process improvement. Now is that final touch of sugar coating the entire customer experience, just sugar coating the entire experience. The actual process improvement done elsewhere. But it helps companies because your customers are very demanding today, because today we have platform-based businesses on a mobile phone, Amazon, Lazada, Shopee in Malaysia, like Uber, Grab, and so on. We are so used to that seamless experience, which is fast and convenient, trackable, personalized, and predictive. And if you're from a traditional business trying to go into a platform-based business, adopt this 6 model. Make everything easy, fast, convenient, trackable, personalized, and also predictive for your customers. And of course, today with AI capabilities, ideally, if in the next 5 years you cannot assign an AI agent for me to serve me as your client, I think your business will be in trouble. That's where the world is looking at.
That's very true, Santa. Great examples. And we have also seen a lot of examples at the government side in India as well. The biggest one is UPI. UPI has made the life so simpler for every Indian. Even if you have to pay a cent, that you can pay digitally. And it's not only the big shops. If you go to a small local vendor, they will also ask you, if you even give cash, can you UPI? And I think this is something which we
True.
never thought that will happen in India, that you can travel across the entire country without having a wallet at your end. Yeah.
Excellent.
So Santa, coming back to my research about you yourself. So one of the very interesting case study, which is very famous in the consulting system, right, is your ice cream story. So for our viewers today, can you tell us more about what is this ice cream story?
I won't quote the name, but normally I'll take my students to a ice cream parlor. Very famous, it's a global brand in Malaysia. So I'll take them there. So let's eat ice cream and go back. Then we do a customer journey mapping. So they get the actual experience of being a customer. And this parlor, I'm doing this research on them the last 10 over years. The service level is the same. They don't care about the customer. They don't greet, no welcome. And if you go to shopping mall, there's no wash basin to wash your hand. You know how kids eat ice creams. So I'll use this analogy that this company is very successful because your product is good. The ice cream is excellent, but the service level is quite bad. For that matter of fact, you should welcome people with some Mickey Mouse head with lights in it. Ice cream, welcome. The cheerfulness, it's not there. They're very cold like their ice cream. But so when my students experience that, come back, we do journey map, it opens their mind that, okay, that is how customer experience feels. So I will tell them that now you have customers. Can you relate to this to your business? Which areas of your businesses where your customers are having pain point and it's not known to you? Yeah, I think a lot of places. And now then the research starts. So I'll use this analogy like your own kids. You can't see your own kids being naughty. They will always look cute in your eyes because it's your own child. But you can see somebody's kids like monkeys running around, right? So when we do the research in this ice cream, very famous ice cream parlor, they'll straight away they get, wow, the service is very bad. No way I'm going to recommend that around. Same goes to your business. For you, we call it like you just get excited about your service, assuming it's the best. But let's listen from your customer. This is where the feedback system starts. This is where your company comes in to collect the data and analyze the data.
Great. All I was thinking about this story, Santha, is that I did not find any single teacher who took me to an ice cream store. So, yeah, I think a great story and a great example, and uh, practicality in that entire operation, that people were able to relate it, no matter someone understand customer experience or not, they will be able to relate with this experience and share their insights. So no wonder why this story is so popular in the folks. Yeah. So just one final question, Santa, before we go into our next section, is what do you see are the most common pitfall businesses face when they try to innovate CX strategies, and how they can avoid them to stay for customer focused?
Some of the greatest challenge in customer experience is breaking the silo where everybody's busy, everybody's working more than 8 hours a day, 9 hours, 10 hours. They just solving yesterday's problem. And in this connection, when the CX manager, CX head invites them, let's innovate, they will, who's going to do my work? Right? That's a common thing. So what I'll do in my line of consulting, I will demand to meet the CEO and have an hour presentation with him. I'll present the framework, and I will be very clear that we're going to move from a process-centric organization to a customer-centric organization. Do we have a deal? Okay, yes, otherwise it's not going to work, because it's a complete transformation, a lot of processes. We are going to look into your 20, 30 years processes, a lot of changes. And the second question I'll ask is, you can't expect a group of unhappy employees to create a great experience for your customers. So are you prepared to listen from your employees, their grievances, to transform your employee experience in a good? Yes, we have a business. No, I won't take the job because it's not going to work. You're going to waste that CX department's time for 6 months, and end of the day, nothing going to work. That's one thing. So the silo is one thing. Second thing is, people cannot see beyond their processes. Again, it boils down to silo. And the third, the most, even yesterday I was with the CX expert, I was discussing with him. The biggest challenge in the industry, in customer experience domain, is people don't care about the customer. People don't care about the customer because for them it's just a job. I just do my work, do my job, I meet my KPI, I get my bonus increment, I'm done. Who cares about the customer? That is the biggest challenge. To attune this mindset, to take the ownership, I have to do a lot of work. We always start with team building, build the team, come together as one team, align the team, and everybody, like, we are one team and customer is the other side. How to make our customers happy. That is my key central question in design thinking is very simple. How to make our customers happy. And let's focus on that. Come a lot of ideas, then how are you going to serve the customers in 5 years' time? You're going to serve the same way? They're going to run away to your competitors? How else? Then they start to generate a lot of ideas, then we put it in place. So these are the main things. First, people cannot see beyond their processes. Number two, silo. Number three, people don't care about the customer. People always care about their KPIs, their target, and their job. So as long as your employees are doing it as a job, their job, it's not good. CX not going to work. You need to put a lot of intercept a lot of passion into the work they do. They care. The moment they start to care for the customer, CX will happen. Otherwise, it's
Completely agree, and that's why I think CX, I don't see it as any department level job or a functional level job. It is a organization level, folks.
correct.
Whether you are a frontliner, whether you are working at the back end into accounts, into operations, everyone has to work together to deliver best in class experience to the customers.
True.
So uh, I hope we see these trends keep on enhancing, and with the kind of uh, knowledge and awareness that we are imparting through a lot of sessions which you are doing and which other CX consultants doing, I hope that we'll reach to that stage soon, and especially with the help of all those investment into AI. So thank you, Santa. Thank you. It's been engaging speaking to you. Before we wrap up, we just have one very simple, quick fire questions, rapid fire questions. You don't have to spend too much time on thinking, but just if you can guide, it's just a fun element segment at the end. So I will ask you a very quick question and you can let me know what is your thoughts on that. So first of all, are you a tea person or a coffee person?
I'm a tea person.
Do you prefer Netflix or books?
Books.
I can see that from your bookshelf at the back. A Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
CX training workshops or CX consulting?
Consulting.
NPS or CSAT?
CSAT.
Which is tougher, managing an angry customer or motivating a difficult team member?
Motivating the team. It's more challenging than the angry customer.
What's the best career advice that you have received?
I would say future-proof yourself. As a person, future-proof yourself. How to stay relevant and future-ready for your own self. So you have to knowledge, continuous learning should be part of your life. Learning doesn't stop and cross-junction. Whatever we've learned in schools and universities the last 20, 25 years is going to be obsolete in the next 5 years. So education has changed, learning has changed, upkeep with knowledge and skills.
That's a very significant and apt quote to end this discussion, Santa. I completely agree with you. We have to future-proof ourselves, keep on innovative, keep on learning, and also unlearning few things as well. Start with learning, unlearning should also happen.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Santa. Thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure speaking to you and taking out time at this busy part of the year, Q4, even in December, which is the biggest part, busiest part of the year, and also with upcoming holidays. So wish you a happy year ahead and a happy new year in advance.
Thank you very much. Same to you. Happy New Year and also happy holidays. Thanks for having me again.